Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news is happening on Detroit's east side. That's where a man has been electrocuted by a live wire. That man's body was discovered when police got a call about a person on fire, and they found the man engulfed in flames with a live electrical wire around his body. This all happened in an alley on Doble Street, just west of Van Dyke. Local 4 Sean Lay is there at the scene. And Sean, how did this even happen? What was he trying to do?
He was trying to simply walk through a very overgrown alley right behind these homes on Doble, simply trying to walk early this morning through the alleyway, stepped on a down DTE wire that was hot, a wire DTE did not know about, and he was electrocuted. There was initial reports coming out of the police department that this may have been an illegal hookup situation. We're learning here on the ground that is not the case.
It is terrible.
It is.
That is terrible.
An investigation is unfolding on Doble, just west of Van Dyke on Detroit's east side. DTE's full force of investigators, along with Detroit arson investigators, are trying to figure out how a man was electrocuted in an alley here. A neighbor saw a man's body burning this morning and called 911. The man was found with a wire wrapped around him. Preliminary reports from Detroit police say the man might have been trying to perform an illegal electrical hookup. But sources tell Local 4 that does not seem to be the case. The man has no tools with him. It appears to investigators right now that he stepped on a live downed wire and was killed. Neighbors on both sides of the house didn't hear a thing.
It was a shock that somebody would even find out that early.
Back here live, someone saying it would be surprising to find anyone in the alleyway. It's so overgrown. What's DTE saying about this? I just got off the phone with them. Not much, saying that they're just investigating, and they are here on scene investigating. I just spoke, Evrod, with homicide investigators. They're calling this a tragic accident and nothing more at this hour. Coming up a little later, there's another down wire here. It is not live, we don't believe, but we're going to report that to DTE as well. Back to you.
Okay, so Sean, how could there be a downed wire, a downed live wire in an alley and DTE not know about it?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're asking them. We hope to get answers from them. Of course, the other thing I need to add is that this man is between 40 and 50 years old, burnt so badly, no ID on him. Right now, police and arson investigators say it's going to take a long time to identify him. A lot of questions for DTE, and you only wonder if this man had a family, if he had any kids, all questions that we hope to get answered later today. That's right.
Sean, thank you. And now to even more breaking news, this time also out of Detroit. The right lane, the southbound side of the Lodge, closed at I-75 because of this, a car on fire. There's no word on what caused it, but investigators are there at the scene. You can see fire crews working to put that fire out. What we can tell you is that the person inside of that car was able to make it out without getting hurt. That is the important part here. But again, the southbound side of the Lodge Freeway at I-75 closed because of this fire. We'll let you know when it reopens. Well, right now, in other news, the skies are clear over Metro Detroit, but changes are a-coming as we take a live look from Metro Airport. Let's turn things over to meteorologist Paul Gross. He's in for Brandon this afternoon, tracking some storm chances for the afternoon, Paul.
Absolutely, and I tell you, this is the dog days of August. Well, I don't know, it's the dog days of whatever, because it's not the dog days of August with these temperatures. Here we are, midday period. It's just low to mid 70s across the area. Yeah, a little humid out there, but low to mid 70s. Boy, you can take that midday in an August day. All right, so radar-wise, not a lot going on. We had this one shower, and when we say an isolated shower, this is the type of thing we're talking about. One shower that went across Detroit through the Grosse Pointes here, and so that's now moved well off to the eastern side of Lake St. Clair. So that is pretty much done. But now we have to watch for a pop-up of thunderstorms, some of which could be strong, and we'll have high temperatures, probably around 80 degrees, upper 70s in some of the cooler spots. And again, we could have a strong storm potential this afternoon. I'm going to literally walk you through it hour by hour coming up in just a little bit. Evrod?
All right. Paul, we'll check back in with you. A man and a woman were gunned down early this morning while they were at a bonfire on Detroit's west side. Neighbors saying that there was a small get-together at the home when someone suddenly showed up and started shooting at them. As our Nick Monticelli reports, at least 30 shots were fired.
Good afternoon. This is the vacant lot where those two people were killed. Andrea Gardner was found over here after being shot in the head, and the other 25-year-old male about 25 yards away on the street. Let me show you Andrea's picture. We've talked to a couple of family members, and they were telling us that she was a good person, loved children, and they're going to be deeply, deeply missing her. We have not been able to figure out the other 25-year-old victim, though, because those at the party, or I shouldn't say party, those that get together didn't really know her. So about 12:30 last night, there was a small group of people in this lot right next to a home having a bonfire, and they say that somebody came out of nowhere, out of the corner of this lot, and just started shooting at them. They say it seemed like at least 30 gunshots. People were diving behind cars, inside of homes, on the front porch, just to get away from all of these gunshots. And you can see here these tow trucks taking these cars away. They think that those cars actually shielded them from some of the bullets. Now, there's a second story, though. There are some investigators who believe there was someone at this bonfire who got into an argument, got upset about something, left, and then came back with a gun. Two very different stories, but that is something, of course, for the investigators to track down. But again, this happened at 12:30 in the morning on Central Street between Warren and Tireman. So police do want some help. If you were in the area and saw something suspicious, saw a car taking off, or saw somebody walking through maybe alleys, the backyards of neighborhoods or homes that just didn't seem right, they're asking for you to give them a call. But regardless of what they're trying to figure out, the most important part is that you have 2 people killed. And again, a pretty good distance away, meaning that those bullets that were shot were going all over the place. On Detroit's West Side, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
Pretty scary stuff and very sad. Nick, thank you for the update. We have new information now about that drive-by shooting that left one teen girl dead and her brother injured. A third suspect has been arraigned in addition to the 2 that were arraigned Thursday. Anthony Rogers faces multiple charges along with Robert Moore and Dwayne Sharp in the shooting death of 14-year-old Jamisha McWilliams. It happened earlier this month on the city's east side. All 3 are due back in court later this month. And in Bloomfield Township now, police are asking for information from anyone who might have witnessed a crash that left one woman dead. This all happened around 5:30 this morning when a minivan traveling on the northbound side of Woodward Avenue hit a woman. The crash left northbound Woodward closed right at Square Lake for hours, in fact, but has since reopened. If you witnessed anything, if you saw anything, if you happen to know what caused this crash, you are asked to contact Bloomfield Township Police. Investigators now in Ypsilanti Township were trying to figure out what caused a barn to catch on fire. Take a look at the scene. This was from early this morning. The barn fire spread to nearby Eastern Lofts apartments, causing $75,000 in damages. 2 units in the apartment building were occupied. College students were planning to move into the other 3 units next week, but now the building will need repairs. The barn is a total loss, but thankfully no one was hurt. Well, some students went back to school shopping with the city's finest in Dearborn Heights. This morning, officers with the Dearborn Heights Police Department took about 20 students to shop at the Target on Ford Road there. The cops and the kids shop for school supplies as the children get ready for their big day back to school. The Shop with a Hero outing was made possible all thanks to a $2,000 gift that was provided by Target. Oh, those kids were very excited. All right, there's a lot more to come right here on Local 4 News at noon. Still ahead, a handcuffed couple gets away in a patrol car, and there's new video that shows their escape on a highway and how they were caught. Plus, a BMW plunges 7 stories from a Texas parking garage. We'll tell you what's being done to make sure that this doesn't happen again. But first, President Donald Trump with his strongest warning yet to North Korea. That's coming up next. Welcome back. Tensions between the U.S. and North Korea ratcheted up today as President Donald Trump doubled down on military threats. As Kelly Cobiello reports, the president now says military solutions are fully in place should North Korea act, quote, unwisely.
North Korea is lashing out again at President Trump and the United States this morning, warning in a North Korean state-run newspaper today, saying that a preemptive strike on the part of the U.S., a missile hitting North Korea, could spiral into an all-out war. The newspaper says even a single shell dropped on the Korean peninsula might lead to the outbreak of a new world war, a thermonuclear war. Typical rhetoric from North Korea as it continues to move forward with this plan to strike Guam or the region around Guam with 4 missiles, a plan they say they will have in place by mid-August and then leave to Kim Jong-un to decide whether or not to pull the trigger. Meantime, people here in South Korea are concerned about the back and forth between the U.S. and North Korea, but are hoping for a calm and considered solution between the two. This morning, South Korea's national security head spoke with his counterpart in the United States, General H.R. McMaster, the two countries reaffirming their cooperation in dealing with the North Korean threat. South Korea also suggesting once again that they would be consulted by Washington before any attack was launched, something that has been policy here for years. Kelly Kobiella, NBC News, Seoul, South Korea.
And now a little closer to home, some shocking video. As you just saw there, a car plunges right off the side of a parking garage. This happened last month down in Austin, Texas. We'll show you it again. You can see the SUV driving through that alley when that BMW plunged right to the ground, hitting the SUV before coming to a rest on its roof. The woman inside the car was seriously injured. Police saying that she was trying to brake when she stepped on the gas pedal by mistake and then ended up crashing through the parking garage's barriers. New dash cam video now shows the theft of a patrol car authorities say was being driven by a woman in handcuffs. This video, captured last month, shows a Utah Highway Patrol trooper arresting 2 people after the car they were driving in was reported stolen. The other suspect, a woman, is sitting in the front seat, and she's able to slide into the driver's seat and get her handcuffs in front of her. That's when she took off driving that car. The trooper borrowed a witness's pickup and was able to catch up with her a little bit later.
New at noon.
This weekend at the movies includes the debut of a sequel to a surprise horror hit from a few years ago. Your box office preview is coming up. Looks like a familiar movie, Paul.
Well, things are pretty quiet right now, Evrod, but we are keeping our eyes poised to the west because things are going to start just kind of popping up, almost even immediately to our west. And it's going to get pretty noisy before the end of the day for some of us. I'll detail it all for you just ahead.
There are headlines and questions that you have no doubt seen. Should a police officer have fired his or her gun? Was the shooting justifiable? And those conversations become the training questions. Was it done properly? Could they have been trained better?
Cadets, this will be a skill builder.
Drop the hammer now! Come to me!
Well, that conversation is now moving from the classroom into high-tech simulators like this.
Come on, this way. It forces them to make a decision. At what point am I justified in taking a life to save a life?
Tonight on Local 4 News at 11, the high-tech simulator that is changing the way cadets are trained.
Save up to 8.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Meteorologist Paul Gross joining me now as we are gearing up for the weekend.
Oh, yeah, we are.
I know you're ready.
Oh, we're always ready. We start talking about weekends on Sunday night. I mean, it's pretty important stuff, and I know it's important to you too. So we're gonna do our best to take care of you. Let's first get out the door right now, and mid-70s across the area. That's not bad. It's a little on the humid side, but again, we're here in the dog days of August, and it's only in the mid-70s at the noon hour. That's not bad. You can take that. So, been keeping our eyes on radar. We had that one little shower that came through the Dearborn area toward Detroit and Grosse Pointe, and then we're just now, this is just now, starting to see a little teeny little blip here to the west. Now it looks like I thought I just saw something there in northern Livingston County. So we're going to watch very carefully because things will start to pop over the next couple of hours. So let me get real detailed with you here. This is the computer model. Again, not a lot going on right now. As you take you to the 2 o'clock hour, notice all of a sudden, there we are. All these little pop-ups. Now, these are not severe, but as we get to the 4 o'clock hour, notice there's a little more intensification. So there is the potential for a strong or a severe storm. It's not a big chance. It really depends on how much sunshine we get. But as this cold front starts progressing eastward, notice the coverage gets a bit diminished by 6 o'clock, and then by 8 o'clock, we're ending it in a lot of areas. Still might be a lingering 1 or 2 up to the north, but should be rapidly diminishing after that. So this afternoon, we are in the marginal risk area for severe weather. This has been put out by the Storm Prediction Center. This is their official marginal risk. And you see the scale here. So it's the lowest risk for severe weather on the 1 to 5 scale. as far as the storm impacts, lightning obviously the biggest threat. I don't think we're going to see a flooding risk. I don't think we're going to see a tornado risk with these storms. But hail and wind, we're talking about quarter-size hail, perhaps 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts are at least possible. Now, if we get more sunshine, let's say we warm up more than we expect this afternoon, then I'd have to bump these up a little bit. But right now, that's the way it's looking. All right, now back to the map. As we get past that severe threat into the evening, what happens, the front progresses eastward, cooler air comes in from the west. We start our Saturday dry, but notice that as we get particularly into the afternoon, we start to see little scattered, very tiny little showers. Most of us don't get anything. Some of us maybe get a sprinkle. Some of us may get a brief shower or two. They don't last very long, maybe 5 or 7 minutes, and then they're gone. So it's a cooler day Saturday, but then this all moves out on Sunday, and then we'll be in much, much better shape. And hopefully we clear things out Saturday night. We can go out and see that Perseid meteor shower. So 80 degrees or so for the high today. Scattered storms this afternoon, and again, the possibility for a strong storm. So there's the possible shower tomorrow. We warm up back into the upper 70s on Sunday. Nice day there. Nice day Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We do need a little rain, but notice that things do warm up again by the middle of next week. And here's the information about that meteor shower tomorrow night. Just face the northeast between midnight and 6 a.m. Just kind of look halfway up the sky, Everett, and maybe you'll see a couple.
Let's certainly hope so. Paul, thank you. So The Conjuring was a surprise smash horror hit back in 2013 based on the lives of real-life ghost hunters. Sequels to that film have gone backwards in time and crossed over to focus on a demonic doll. Raphael Seth has a look in this week's box office preview.
Feel free to use the house as you see fit.
Orphan girls are welcome to the dollhouse in Annabelle Creation. This spin-off of the Conjuring series serves as an origin story for the entire franchise. A doll maker and his wife lose their daughter in a tragic accident, but her spirit remains in one of his creepy creations and is ready to torment the residents of a local orphanage that's been shut down. Annabelle Creation is rated R.
Why do you think all of us ran away from you? We were drowning.
Brie Larson throws a few stones in The Glass Castle. This one's based on the best-selling memoir by Jeanette Walls. Larson plays a woman yearning for normalcy after an unconventional upbringing, but dysfunctional dad Woody Harrelson and her eccentric family keep pulling her back out to the fringes of life. The Glass Castle is rated PG-13.
It's a fat guy with a tiny shovel. How much damage can he do?
Surly Squirrel defends his turf in The Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature. Will Arnett is back as the voice of the Acorn Hoarder living happily in City Park. But when the mayor decides to bulldoze and build a cash arcade, the animals would be nuts not to stop him. The Nut Job 2 is rated PG. That's the box office preview. Raphael Seth, NBC News.
A lot of good movies to go see out there. Still ahead, Paul is going to join us once again with everything that you need to know about getting a good view of Monday's solar eclipse. That's coming up next. All right, so finally at noon, everyone's getting excited for the solar eclipse on Monday. And by everyone, I mean, well, everyone and Paul Gross.
Oh, absolutely. This is a big deal, and a lot of people are going to travel to the area. And I tell you what, the weather is important. So I'm going to look real deep into the crystal ball. Oh, can we switch, Michelle? Can we switch to the other computer? Go to Weather A, please. I want to show you the path of totality. I hope I'm throwing a curveball at the director here. Hopefully we can switch to Weather A, the other computer. I have a special graphic on there showing you. There we are. There's the path of totality. Now, that's the path that's going to take across the country on Monday the 21st. But let's talk about the weather now. Based on the long-range models, they could be kind of rainy in the Pacific Northwest. That's not good for them. Central part of the country is looking okay right now. And then the southeast, places like South Carolina that are going to be popular places to look. Right now, there's a chance for thunderstorms there. So it's going to be a little dicey in some spots of the country. And it's just really luck of the draw for people, depending upon where your travel plans were. Now, I've put a new article on clickondetroit.com, just posted it just like an hour ago, and this is a special one about what the people in the path of totality are actually going to experience. So get on over to the website. It's great stuff.
Fantastic. We'll be looking out for that on Monday, and of course the meteor shower or whatever that's happening this weekend.
Perseid meteors.
Excited for that. Have a great weekend, everybody.